Hello and welcome. I'm Daniel.
I'm Andrew, and we're brothers, and this is the Daniel and Andrew Show,
where we give our opinions about movies and TV, and movies about fishmen and The Color Purple that we've been watching lately. So, Andrew, how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Just a new year. Happy New Year, 2024. Was a crazy holiday season for me, specifically. I don't know about you, probably not. But
I have been working, but I can choose when. So
yeah, I don't choose, sadly, and people get sick and all that good stuff. So I worked quite a bit.
Yeah, a lot of people have gotten sick.
Yeah. You guys do anything fun?
No. Rajan went back to California, so we didn't really make any plans or anything. So
yeah. Well, rats. I hung out with Dad and Grandma the day after Christmas because it just didn't work out, which is fine. I mean, everybody was off. We played games and had, dinner at like 3:00, because that's what everyone eats now, apparently. So,
yeah, dinner at 3:00. Yeah, makes sense.
Grandma bought a game of Password. You know what that is, right?
I think so.
You give like the one word clues to clue in somebody on a word.
Okay.
So like if I said day,
night.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty much how you play.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty fun. I mean, I like playing games. I haven't played games in a while. I mean, like a physical game. Something in your, not like digital game. So, which we played plenty of that as well. We played video games.
Yeah, I have been watching Smosh, and I do kind of want to play that Secret Hitler game. That looks pretty fun.
Secret Hitler and Moose Master. Those are the two that I actually want to play.
Yeah, but I want to do the version that's like,
Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Secret Sith. Yep, I know. It does seem like fun. And I would definitely play that game. Yeah. I was watching them as well. Yeah. I mean, we played games. We found your new favorite game, which is Fortnite, Rock Band there.
Yeah, definitely not my favorite, but yeah.
They don't even have any new songs. It's just like the same 20 songs. And you have to buy them all, pretty much. They'll add some free one, like change
only
the free
like
one.
10 of them are passable.
Yeah. Not a lot of them are like rocky enough for me. But, I mean, I tried the regular Fortnite because I hadn't played regular Fortnite since the game came out years ago with my old roommate, our former coworker, and it was fine. I mean, we got like third place. I was kind of surprised, but we played, what was it, the Zero build or whatever. I mean, it was a game.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just been busy working and seeing movies. Did you see anything other than the 2 movies we're going to talk about this week?
Yes. So I watched Rebel Moon.
Alrighty.
And that was a dumpster fire.
All right.
So that's really disappointing.
The new Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch is better than that. At
Wow.
least the action is good in Sucker Punch to some extent. I feel like the action in this wasn't even good.
Mm, gotcha. Well, that's disappointing for some people, I guess. I mean, I watched the Army of the Dead, the last one he did in the theater, and everybody, we walked out and everyone was like, "Wow, that movie sucked." Um, I think I was probably the nicest about that movie, but it wasn't very good. I mean, I like Batista. That's probably why I was nicer on it. He was the lead in that.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think Sofia Boutella can lead a movie. I mean, she's
I
not
mean,
interesting enough, I think.
I can't even really fault her, even though like she didn't. I don't think she did a great job, but she really what she had to work with was just bad.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Zack Snyder's Star Wars.
like if the action was good, I would have given it at least passable, but it
Yeah,
really wasn't. They had the whole thing where like a guy gets shot in the head and there's like zero blood or anything.
yeah,
And it's just like, if you're, hired to make a PG-13 movie, then you need to film it in a way that it's PG-13 instead of like doing things where it would happen in an R-rated movie, but then it looks all weird
goofy. Yeah,
because
yeah.
just, gosh, so annoying.
So, what would you rate that?
Oh, it was bad. It's definitely below average, probably a 4. I don't think it's a 3 bad, but I mean, it's bad. I don't think
Mm,
like a 3 bad is, what was that one movie? The one Expendables, that was a 3 bad. I don't
yep.
think it was that horrible, but it was pretty bad. I could
Yeah.
see someone giving it a 3, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I, I think if it wasn't an action movie, you would give it lower. Um,
I mean, possibly, yeah.
you know. All right. Anything else?
And then I watched a Netflix show called Blue Eyed Samurai, which is an anime, and
Mm-hmm.
it was really good.
Good.
I would say there was a little too much nudity in it. Almost every episode had it.
Oh, okay.
So it felt a bit much, like you don't
Yeah.
need that much.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'd say that brings it down a point for me. But I mean, if that doesn't bother you, that wouldn't be a negative, I guess. But I had to say it's at least a 9.
So he's
I
just
thought it was.
fighting with his sword and his dong's flopping around.
I mean, there's plenty of peen in there, um, but I wouldn't say like to that extent.
I
But
know. I'm just joking.
it's
Okay.
definitely more floppy peen than I wanted to see. I can
Yeah.
tell you that.
All right. Well, I'm glad you liked the show for Floppy P. Okay. Uh, yeah. Yeah. So those are the new stuff you watched. Rewatch anything? Any Christmassy stuff?
I did rewatch Elf.
Mm-hmm.
Not as funny as I remember. I still think it's good, but I think I would say the Ryan Reynolds Christmas movie might be my favorite movie. Christmas movie.
Gotcha. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. Um. Oh, I just remembered I saw another movie. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think I watched anything else. Maybe something, but I don't think so. What'd you watch?
I Okay. So I'll talk about the old ones first. So I rewatched School Rock literally last night because other people wanted to watch it, so we did. Man, still a good movie. Uh, that's definitely Jack Black's best movie, and Richard Linklater, who directed it, was a good director. It's definitely his. I think it's his best movie as well. He did like Boyhood and some other
You
stuff,
know, like
but
Kung Fu Panda's his best movie, or does that not count?
no, I mean I count it. It's a good movie, but I think School Rock is better. I mean, I've definitely seen School of Rock more, I think. Um, I mean, there's like, it's like uncynical. Um, and I think it's good all the way through. It doesn't like peter out I mean, the concept, it's pretty short and sweet. It's only like an hour 40 or something. So, and the music's good. I don't know. I like that movie. I think that's a good movie.
Not better than Nacho
Yeah, it's better
Libre.
than Nacho Libre. I like Nacho Libre, but it's better than that.
Okay.
Nacho Libre, Jumanji, uh, which he's in. Tropic Thunder. I think it's better than Tropic Thunder.
You think it's better as a whole, as a movie, or you're just saying as a Jack Black movie?
I think, well, if it's a better Jack Black movie, then it's a better movie as a whole. Then
I mean, I was thinking more like Jack Black, like led movies, but
yeah,
I think Tropic Thunder is better than.
I think if you rewatch it now, you might feel differently. There's some stuff in that. It's like, me.
I even like their.
One character's whole joke is, he's gay. He has a boyfriend. Ha. I mean,
That's still kind of funny. I don't know.
Jack Black's thing is the drug thing. I mean, it's funny, but it's not like the best or anything.
Yeah, there are. I wouldn't say every joke in it is like 100% funny. Yeah.
I mean, I think I just like School of Rock beginning to end. I think is a better movie, but I mean, they're both good movies. I mean,
Yeah.
Even like the side characters in School of Rock, I think are funny. And I remember like that dude who replaces him in his old band, Spider or whatever, is goofy and ridiculous. I mean, even that I remember. The lines are pretty funny. I mean,
yesterday, but yeah.
I know, but I remember like when I was watching the movie, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember they go to the bar, him and Joan Cusack's character is the principal, and they listen to that Stevie Nicks song, and like I remember all these things as they're happening or right before they happen. I mean, it's a good movie.
Well, what else did you see?
Dad had never seen it, so I watched it with him. We watched The Big Lebowski. He thought it was fine.
Yeah,
I like that movie.
Then me and
I remember
you watched
watching it with you. Yeah, I had you watch it. You did not like.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's gotten. I feel like people say it's great. It's really not. I don't feel.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's weird. I think, you know, I think there's a certain. It's just kind of like absurd and weird and left of center. I mean, I think I like it for that reason. I like his performance. I like most of the performances in that movie. Jeff Bridges and John Goodman are hilarious in that movie. I mean, it's mostly just like, something stuff just happens and then it ends. But I mean, it's funny. Yeah, it's definitely a cult movie for sure. Coen brothers are definitely a specific vision and voice that they do. Fargo is the same way. But that one's probably a little more coherent is, I guess, the word I would use. But yeah. So yeah, we watched that. And then other than Aquaman, Color Purple, and Iron Claw, which we'll talk about next week, I saw Silent Night, Migration, and The Boys in the Boat. First, I saw Silent Night. It was not good. I would give it like a 5. I'll give it like right down.
I heard it wasn't very good.
I wouldn't say it was bad, but I wouldn't say it was good. It was just fine. I mean, I went like so. First of all, the first 20 minutes, he's just sad because his kid gets killed. Um, so it starts with him running after these people who shot his son, and then he gets shot in the throat, so he can't speak. Silent night. And most of the movie is silent. I mean, hardly anybody talks, especially him, and you focus on him mostly. Like even them, like his wife will text him things. So like she doesn't really, I don't think she ever talks either. So
Okay.
it's pretty much a silent movie. And so he's just sad. And I mean, he does actually a good job, I think, performance wise, Joel Kinnaman. You know, you can definitely tell that he is depressed. And there's like these weird scenes where he's like seeing his dead son. So that was sad. And then you get to, you know, second half, he's preparing to kill all these gang members, basically. And then the end, he kills all the gang members. So, I mean, that was good. And the action was good. John Woo directed it. But, you know, it's far from a great movie. I mean, it wasn't a movie that I went out and I was like, man, I can't believe I saw that. It was like, okay, fine. I'm not going to remember it next year, but it wasn't horrible or anything. But so kid gets killed on Christmas Eve, and then, you know, he recovers and prepares and then comes back, and the next Christmas Eve he goes on his attack or whatever. So yeah, I mean, it was like blah, and then good action, and then it was over. So I would give it, yeah, like a 5. And then we saw Migration, me and Dad. I thought it was cute enough. I mean, it didn't, you know, blow my socks off or anything, but it was fine. It was a nice family movie. The ducks go on a road trip basically, but they're flying. And they go to New York accidentally, and Aquafina's a pigeon. And then because they're trying to make it to Jamaica. That's the whole thing. So then Aquafina brings them to a bird that's from Jamaica so they can fly them to Jamaica. I don't know. It was fine. Nice little family movie. I'd say like 6. 6.5
Yeah.
maybe. And then Dad saw Boys in the Boat, and he told me, hey, it was so good. It was so good. So I went and saw it. It was fine. I mean, it was, if you've seen a sports movie, underdog sports movie, you've seen it. I mean, it's a true story. Yes. You know, they're from some little school or whatever, and then they make it to the Olympics, and, you know, they win. I mean, but it's, you know,
What? They win.
I know,
Boy,
right? You know, that really fun story when they go to the Olympics and lose. The only thing that was really ridiculous about the movie is because it's in it was like 36, 38 Olympics. I can't remember, but it's in Berlin. So Hitler's there, and he's like watching this final race, and then like they win. And then Hitler's like, dang it, those Americans won that boat race. I'm so mad. I was like it's so ridiculous. I mean, but it's a good story. I mean, the lead guy was fine. Joel Edgerton, I like him. He plays the coach. I don't know. I didn't really care about their stories too much. I mean, there's a little bit of romance. The lead rowing guy, Callum Turner is his name, the actor, has a little bit of a romance. I mean, that's cute, but it's just like, oh, hope he wins, blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing. I mean, it's Rudy or Hoosiers or Remember the Titans or whatever. It's, you know, you've seen it before. What's that other one? Mighty Ducks. Same stuff. Anyway, I would give that like a 7. You know, that was a good movie. Yeah. That was everything other than the 2 we're going to talk about. So yeah, saw like 6 or 7 movies in like 2 weeks. So yeah, cool. Um, let's so I mean, the holiday box office was weird because movies came out on Friday and then also movies came out on Monday, which was Christmas Day. So you had 4 movies come out on Friday and then 3 more come out on Monday. Like that Anyone But You, that romantic comedy came out. Ferrari. That was Christmas. Sorry. Anyone But You, Aquaman 2, Boys in the Boat, and Migration all came out on Friday. And The Color Purple, Ferrari, and something else. Something else came out on Monday. I'm forgetting for some reason. Maybe I mixed some things up, but whatever. I mean, Aquaman 2 did the best for the Christmas weekend, but not by much. I mean, it made like 27 million or something compared to like 20 or 18. Like Color Purple made 18 million on Christmas Day by itself. So Aquaman has not done that well. And then this past weekend for New Year's, Wonka is number one again. Went back to number one. So Aquaman going out. I think the DC here is going out on a whimper. So, but we'll talk about the DCEU in a moment. But yeah, not that exciting. I mean, did you have any inkling to see any of the other movies other than the ones we were talking about?
I didn't even have an inkling to see the ones we were talking about. So.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a pretty terrible Christmas movie as far as the movies go.
I mean, there's only one that I really didn't like that much. The ones that came out the last couple, days. But I mean, I think I enjoyed most of them. They were, good enough. I mean, I think Wonka was probably. No, I think The Color Purple is the best one, but of the bunch for the holiday movies, end of December movies. But I don't know. I thought it was pretty decent. There's other smaller movies that we're never going to talk about. There's one called American Fiction that looks funny. I want to check that out. But yeah. Yeah. So we'll get into DC here in a minute. But first, let's talk about a few news things. There's not too much. Would you be interested? So they're talking about, because Mario did well, talking about doing other Nintendo properties as movies. What would you think of a Avengers-esque Smash Bros movie?
Huh? Oh, you're saying like Avengers but Smash Brothers?
Yes.
That would be cool.
So that'd probably be like what, Pokemon and Mario, Sonic, Zelda, maybe Metroid or Fire Emblem.
It kind of depends. Like, are they only gonna do Japan popular ones, or are they gonna do the more Western popular ones?
I would assume Western popular ones. I mean, but Mario's like a worldwide thing, so I mean,
obviously Mario, obviously Pokemon, Zelda's popular in both.
Yeah.
What are the bigger ones?
Sonic, like Kirby, maybe, or like.
Sonic is a bigger one, but I wouldn't really consider it Smash Bros. That's a Sony.
That's true. That's true.
That's not Nintendo.
What's Sega?
Sorry, Sega. Yeah, that's
Sony. I don't know. Captain Falcon. was it F-Zero? I don't think that's ever
Yeah.
even crossed over.
I'm thinking like Fire Emblem, which is, I mean, it is pretty big here, but it's very niche. But
Yeah.
it's definitely bigger in Japan. But
Yeah,
will we see
I
here?
think if you had like Pokemon, Kirby, Mario, Zelda, and like one more, I think if you had like five, I think that would be good.
Well, how many Avengers were there? Like six.
Six, I think, but I think five would work fine. I mean, maybe you could add a sixth. I don't know. I can't even think of five. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you could
think
have,
Samus could be one.
you could have multiple Mario characters.
Yeah, I think Samus would be your fifth at least.
Um, Captain Falcon.
No, I don't think Captain Falcon.
He was in the original, I think.
He was, but I don't think he's like, you want well known ones, right? Not, you don't want the B team.
You're telling me you don't want Ness? How about Fox? How about Fox from Star Fox?
I think, 20 years ago, that would have been A team, but I don't think he's part of the A team anymore. But he was in the original. So
Yeah, I think you need to go original. I think that's the way to do it.
even if you look at like the second game, then all you really get is Fire Emblem on top of that. That's about it.
Yeah, I think like you could do like two Mario characters. Like,
I would go crazy if Fire Emblem was in it. I really doubt it, but I would go
yeah.
crazy.
I mean, Link, Mario, Luigi, Pikachu, Kirby, and one more. I don't know, something like that.
Samus,
Yeah,
Metroid.
maybe. Yeah. Anyway, I
I
just thought
mean,
that.
Metroid's a big franchise, so that's the only reason I'm saying that.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's being pitched, so I thought we actually have a take on there's something there maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that would hit like Mario. I mean, everyone's played Mario. I feel like even people that don't play video games have heard of Mario and know enough about it. Um, but we'll see how other things do first. That Zelda movie that's in development somewhere
I
at
think
some
if they
point.
did like a Zelda like animated movie first, and then they literally group the people who they picked for those. So that means they bring back crappy Chris Pratt and they bring in whoever would voice Zelda, and then they do the Super Smash Brother Avengers thing. I think that would be cool.
The only thing that's weird about it is that I think Sony is the one that's going to make the that Zelda movie. So then, but
Well, they're
because
doing a live action thing, right?
right, well, yeah, but Illumination is the one that did Mario, so that's Universal, so that's a different company. I don't think Sony
Okay, so
would be
we're
like,
probably not going to
hey,
see the same people then.
yeah, I don't think Sony wants to be like, oh, and do another deal where send Tom Holland over there,
Yeah.
or whatever. Anyway, I don't know. I thought that was an interesting idea. I just don't know how you would do that. I mean, and who would you pick and everything. But all right. Well, speaking of Sony, Sony has two Apple, and it'll be on Apple's films to their 2024 release date. There's a 1960s untitled space race film with Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum. That's scheduled to come out on July 12th. And then they've also set up a movie called Wolves. I don't know. It's a thriller, directed by John Watts, who directed the Spider-Man for the MCU movies, and starring George Clooney and Brad Pitt. Both projects interest me. That's scheduled to come out on September 20th. Sorry, that John Watts movie. So both are seem interesting. George Clooney and Brad Pitt. No, not strangers.
Yep.
And I mean, Scarlett Johansson hasn't done much recently. So I'll probably check out both of those movies though.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. I was thinking when I saw this, I was like, Channing Tatum has been in a lot of things, but I can't think of anything other than maybe like Step Up is something like his movie. Like Jack Black, we had
Doesn't he
like
believe in like Magic Mike?
yeah, yeah, but there's nothing like Jack Black. We thought of multiple movies. You're like, oh, that's a good movie, and that might be his best movie or whatever.
Oh
Can't
yeah,
think of
Channing
anything.
Tatum. He's always like just in it as like a side character or something,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
usually does
I
good in
mean,
it.
yeah, he usually does a decent job. I
He was
mean,
in
I'm trying, but
the train one. He was in the train one, the bullet train.
he was.
Yeah, he was. Remember, he goes and he's like, "I'll give you $50 if you talk to this guy or whatever." And he has to talk, I think, to one of the brothers or something like that. He's like almost like a cameo, but yes, he's in the bullet train.
Oh, he's definitely a cameo because I forgot he's in that movie. Ryan Reynolds is
Yeah,
a cameo in that movie too.
yeah. So he's in that.
Yeah, well, that's a David Leitch movie.
He was in the Ryan Reynolds video game one. He was like, he had the very
Yeah,
expensive
cameo.
house or whatever. He's even in
Yeah.
what's the cowboy one with the famous guy where they're all stuck in like an inn during a snowstorm, and he's the one
Oh
hiding
yes,
underneath.
Hateful Eight. That's a good movie. I mean, that's probably his best movie, but he's barely in that too.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like he's always these
Yeah.
side characters in these
Yeah.
movies.
I mean, yeah. I can't think of a like, yeah, best Channing Tatum movie. Bang. That's it. Good movie. I mean,
There was something like either before Step Up or like right after where he's in it too. I'm blanking on it though, but I think it's a pretty famous one. I don't know what it is. I want to say it's before because he looks younger.
oh, okay. 21 Jump Street. That's a good one. I forgot about 21 Jump Street. Him and Jonah Hill. And they made a sequel to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Bullet Train for 5 minutes. He's in Kingsman, the second Kingsman. Oh, Lugged Lucky. That's a good movie. That's a good movie.
Yeah. And like I said, the Magic Mike's I'm pretty sure he's the lead in those ones.
Yeah, he is. Oh, G.I. Joe. He's a G.I. Joe. Is that the one you're thinking of?
No, it wasn't. He's in She's the Man. That's what I was
She's
thinking
the
of.
man. Oh, yeah, he's in Coach Carter when he's younger. Yeah. I think 21 Jump Street, that's probably his best one. Yeah, he's in G.I. Joe, and then he's in the second one where he dies like immediately because he didn't want to be in the movie. And then they ship it off to The Rock, and he makes it worse.
Yep. And then he's been in like romantic movies and stuff. But
yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, I think he took a break or something, and then now he's kind of coming back. He made like a dog movie like a year ago, last year, a couple of years ago. I don't remember.
22. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got. But I don't know. Maybe something with Scarlett Johansson will work for him. Probably play an astronaut or something. Speaking of George Clooney and Brad Pitt, would you be interested in another Ocean's movie?
If it has them, yes.
Well, George Clooney says it may happen. They're working maybe on it.
That'd be cool.
Um,
I like I I like all of them. I never saw the lady one though. I heard it wasn't
uh,
that great.
you don't have to.
I wasn't planning on it.
I
But
mean, in theory, it should be good. I mean, Kate Blanchett, Sandra Bullock, Sarah Paulson. Uh, there was other people in that
Rihanna.
movie. Rihanna, Aquafina, um, Helena Bonham Carter, Anne Hathaway. Actually, Anne Hathaway's good in that movie. That's the only good part about that movie, I think. But I mean, there's a lot of wasted talent in that movie. That was a that could have been a good movie. I mean, um, I think he's supposed to be her brother in that, Sandra Bullock's brother. So that's why it's Oceans. It was Oceans 8. Um, yeah, because if you would have made 3, that would have been 8, 9, 10, and then you'd have 11, 12, 13. Anyway, whatever. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get an Oceans 14 at some point. I don't know. You as long as you have George Clooney, Brad Pitt, and I think Matt Damon, right? He's the third. I think. I think it'd be, you could do something with it. I don't know. I like a heist movie, so I'd be down. I'm always down for a heist movie. I think Don Cheadle, he's in them too, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know. Sounds good to me. I know you like at least the first one for sure.
Yeah, no, I like heist movies. Even like we just said that what was it, Logan Lucky or something? That one was a good heist movie.
That
I
is a
like
heist movie. Yeah. Logan Lucky. You seen that one? Adam Driver's in that.
Yeah, and nothing to write home about.
He's good in that movie. Him and Daniel Craig.
All I remember is all of them had really crappy accents, but the story was good.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah, story was good. I think the accent was on purpose. I think that was on purpose.
Well, whatever. I didn't like it.
All right.
It was annoying.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about. Let's go back to our great Untitled segment where I look back at years past. Let's talk about December before we get into this new year here. We'll start with 1993, December 1993. You got Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. You have Wayne's World 2, Schindler's List, Beethoven Second, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Batman, Mask of the Phantasm, Grumpy Old Men, Tombstone, and Ghost in the Machine. Anything?
I don't think I've seen any of those.
You never seen Wayne's World 2?
Nope.
You never seen Schindler's List?
Nope.
With Liam Neeson? Really? That's a good movie. I mean, it's sad, obviously. It's a Holocaust movie, but
yeah,
we watched that in school when we talked about the Holocaust. What else? Grumpy Old Men. That's like the two old guys and who were the odd couple back in the day, and then they made a movie where they're like neighbors or something.
I don't know what you're talking about. So no, I have not seen it.
Tombstone, that's a Western. With Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer. I'm your Huckleberry. No.
Next.
All right. Now, 2003, December. You got Beethoven's Fifth. So there you go.
Nope.
Guess Let's see what else we got. Stuck on You with Matt Damon and Greg Kinnear, where they're stuck together. Uh,
Never seen it.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
All right, finally something I've seen.
Best Picture that year. Monster, Big Fish, Cheaper by the Dozen, Cold Mountain, Peter Pan. You've seen a few of those, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Peter Pan, that's the live action one, I think.
I have not seen that one.
You ever
I'm
seen the live
assuming
action one?
that's the one with Robin Williams. Is that the one
No,
you're referencing?
that's Hook. And that's from the 90s. No, this is the Peter Pan, the one with the blonde kid.
I've never seen this one. I know
Really?
they've done live action Peter Pan quite a few times. I don't know.
I think Jason Isaacs is Hook in it. I think this is the one. I think that's the movie that had what's that song? Oh my god, that Coldplay song, Clocks. I think is from that movie. You know which one that is? You know what song that is?
I don't know what movie that is.
The
I
song
do
is
know the Coldplay song.
yeah.
Yes.
Do, 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 do. Okay, cool. That's a good song. That's probably the best part of that movie. Anyway, moving right along to 2013, because I guess Andrew hasn't seen any movies. American
We can
Hustle.
talk about Lord of the Rings if you want.
No, I'm good.
I didn't think so.
I don't care about Lord of the Rings. American Hustle, The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug, and Saving Mr. Banks, Aquaman, sorry, Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues, Her, 47 Ronin, Grudge Match, Lone Survivor, Secret Life of Walter Mitty, The Wolf of Wall Street. Anything there?
I seen The Hobbit.
I like The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, and that's the one with Ben Stiller.
I want to say I've seen that one, but like much recent. That's the one with what's his head, the comedian, right?
Ben Stiller, Kristen Wiig, Shirley MacLaine.
I want to say I've seen that, but like 2 years ago or something.
I mean, that's the one where he's like dreams, I think, or daydreams or something. I don't know. I thought that was a pretty good movie.
He's daydreaming, but he like goes on some thing or something, and he's like some picture taker.
Yeah.
But he goes out into the world, and then he finds the guy who's like up on a mountain or something.
He works at a magazine, I think, and then he's living vicariously through the pictures that he sees in the magazine that he works on, and then he wants to meet the guy who's gone all these adventures and taking pictures of it. I thought that was actually a pretty good movie. I remember it looked really nice, and
and the twist is like the pictures are of him or something like that, right? For the final shoot, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the twist.
So I don't remember, to be honest with you. Anyway, it was pretty good movie.
Well, the reason he goes to find them is because there's supposed to be a final shoot, and he didn't send the pictures, so he needs the pictures, or he's gonna like lose his job or something like that.
Yes, and he likes Kristen Wiig. I remember that.
Yes.
Anyhow, that's a pretty good movie. I might check that movie out again. I definitely saw that in theaters, and I definitely have not seen it since. American Hustle is a good movie. If you haven't seen it,
is that
Christian Bale, Bradley Cooper, Amy Adams, Jeremy Renner, Jennifer Lawrence. It's like one of those all-star.
I haven't seen it then. What's the one with Denzel that has a similar title?
American Gangster.
Okay, yeah, I seen that one.
Very different movie. I mean, there is some mob stuff in American Hustle, but I think you might like American Hustle. And that was the first time I remember, because I was right in the middle of, oh, Jennifer Lawrence is so good, so good. And I remember years later, I was like, all right, let me see this movie. What's so great about her? I mean, I still think she's fine, but I saw that movie and she's really good in that movie. And I was like, okay, I see why they were so high on her at the time. But,
Mm.
you know, she's good in that movie. I mean,
I do want to see the Christian Bale one where he's like a serial killer or a psycho or something. That's always
American
memed all the time.
American Psycho, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Is that what it's called? What? Now I'm like thinking that's wrong, even because it's American Hustle, American Gangster.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
think it is
know, I
American
know.
Psycho. Anyway, so that was December's from 30, 20, and 10 years ago. And now we're in January of 2024. All right. Before we get into Aquaman 2, let's talk about the DCU. So it is the end of the DCU, before James Gunn comes in and maybe starts anew. We'll see if it even makes it to that. But because Warner Brothers and Paramount might merge. I don't know if you heard about that or not. They're in talks to maybe merge the two companies together, which would be interesting.
Huh.
It would be the end of two very long-standing movie studios, probably two of the oldest. I think Paramount is the oldest, so it would be, as singular companies anyway.
I feel like I don't watch anything on Paramount. So,
I mean, I will only watch like if there's a CBS show like Young Sheldon or something. They don't have that many like properties anymore. You got like Top Gun and Mission Impossible is Paramount, Transformers, other things that I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah. Anyway, back to this. So it's coming to an end here. This DCU. Well, it is ending with Aquaman 2.
it is over.
So I think before we get into Aquaman 2, we should talk about some of our favorite ones and I think our least favorite one.
Okay.
So let's talk about our least favorite first. I'm going to talk about just one. My least favorite is going to be, my least favorite one is Justice League. What about you?
I would have to say Wonder Woman 84.
Okay, good. We have two different ones. I just wanted to make sure we had different choices here.
Yeah, like I was kind of in between on like three of them, I think.
Yeah.
For the work.
I also do not like Batman versus Superman. In many ways.
Yeah.
Long.
No, yeah, it was that one,
Boring.
Justice
Martha.
League, and Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Those are my bottom three. Yeah.
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 That's fair.
Okay. Let's talk about Wonder Woman 1984. I mean, I don't think it's the worst. Just because I think I still like Gal Gadot in the Wonder Woman movies. She has some cool armor. I think the action was fine. But there's bad parts of that movie. Pedro Pascal's character is just badly written. I don't think he does a bad job. There's just a badly written character. Maxwell Lord, where he's running around saying, Alistair, looking for his son.
Mm-hmm. I think even the action in that was really stupid. I remember this dumb scene, like they're driving and she's stuck in between two cars, and all they had to do was like drive away from each other and she would have fallen out. But for some reason, they're trying to crush her for some reason.
Yeah.
It's just so stupid. The whole movie, I remember, Cheetah was horrible, so bad, laughable. Her suit looks stupid.
No, it was
Um,
her. She looked like that. It wasn't a suit.
no, no, yeah, I already went to Wonder Woman's like golden suit or
Oh no,
whatever.
I
It was
thought that
really
looked cool.
stupid.
The wings were cool.
No,
I
really,
mean, okay, to each his own, I guess. I thought it was cool enough. I mean,
it gets
yeah.
ripped up in like about 2 seconds. It was really dumb. And then there was like some invisible jet thing, and then like
Yeah.
whatever Chris was in this movie was
Oh yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah. That's the worst part is him like he like takes over someone's body
yeah, it was
and some
so
dude
weird.
is just like back, I was like they had sex. Like that's weird.
Yeah, it
Some
was
just
weird.
dude's body. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ugh. Weird. That's weird. Um yeah, mine is Justice League. It's just crappy. I mean, the villain sucks. The movie wasn't funny. The only kind of interesting stuff is cyborg stuff, I think.
If you
Um,
say so.
I mean, I thought it was interesting enough. His stuff with his dad and stuff, but I don't know. It's just bland and boring. And then you got um, butt butt shots of every time Wonder Woman shows up. They show her butt, like like
Uh,
they like angle it so it's yeah. I don't know. It's just weird. I didn't that. I mean, it's not good.
well, I mean, it was set up so poorly with Batman versus Superman, and
Yeah.
Superman's dead. Like it was that
Oh
was
yeah.
bad.
Yeah. I mean, uh, there's no like, oh, my mom's name is Martha and your mom's name is Martha. But I mean, I felt like all of it was just like, I just nothing good about it for me. Um,
Mhm.
I've never wanted to watch it again. I don't think I really would want to watch most of these movies again. I don't know. It's just, I remember walking out of it, just not having a
Yeah,
good time.
I literally don't think I'm gonna see any of these ever again.
Any of the DC ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about our top. Um, So, Andrew, tell me what your top three are, and then I'll tell you what my top three are, and then we could talk.
We can't like alternate. You want to start at three or
Yeah, and then
one?
we three, two, one, and then I'll say my three, two, one, and then we talk about it.
Okay. I would say my third one um is probably, I think it's either Black Adam or Shazam, the
Okay.
original one, the first one.
All right.
Yeah,
I was, but
I think I have to go with Shazam, but I remember it being funny, but I don't. Black Adam's more fresh in my memory.
mm, mm, mm. Between three for me, it's between um the Suicide Squad and Black Adam, but I think I'm gonna go with Black Adam. Um. So Um, yeah, and then um, yeah, my number two. You're just picking, right? I'm guessing that's why you're like, I don't know. You're kind of
Mm.
thinking in your head
No, I know. The third one was the only one I was
in between.
iffy on.
Okay, so what's your two? Because my two is
My
Shazam.
two, my second one is Man of Steel.
Okay, and then your one.
My one is Wonder Woman, the first one.
Me too. Okay, so we got Uh, Black Adam. So I liked Black Adam. Um, more than I thought I was going to. Is probably just I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't complete crap.
Yeah,
Um, I so I mean, and I thought Hawkman was cool. I thought the Wind Girl was cool. I mean,
I
I thought it
like
was.
Magic Guy, Pierce Brosnan.
Oh yeah, Doctor Fate, awesome. Pierce Brosnan's awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
there was a lot to like about the movie. I even thought the human characters were decent. I thought the kid was good, and I thought the mom was good. I mean, I thought there was good parts about the movie. Honestly, I thought The Rock did a pretty decent job. Well, nothing amazing or anything, but I thought it was a pretty good movie all around. Um, and then yeah, so Shazam is number 2 for me. It would be your number 3. You said. We could talk about Shazam here. I really like Shazam. I mean, I think, Wonder Woman. I might on a good day. I think Shazam might be my number 1. Wonder Woman has a third act that I'm not a huge fan of. But we can talk about that in a minute. So I mean, Shazam, I think all the way around is a good movie. There's dark moments in it, with the villain, and which I think was interesting. The setup was good, and I thought it was funny. Um, I mean, Zachary Levi does a good job in the movie. The kids do a good job in the movie. I like the family dynamic. I mean, I even liked the second one to an extent. I don't think it was that bad or anything. People thought it was worse than it actually was. I mean, honestly, like last year, other than The Flash, I thought I think it was 3 or no, Aquaman. Never mind. I got a half and half good for last year out of DC movies. There was 4 of them. But yeah, I mean, I like
no,
Shazam.
I thought
Shazam's
the
good.
second Shazam was terrible. I thought every movie they came out with, the last 4 were bad, and I think Blue Beetle was the best, which is sad.
Blue Beetle was the best, and I don't think that's that bad of a movie. I think it's actually a pretty decent movie.
Definitely a 5.
No, disagree. There is a lot worse. No, I mean,
Yeah, there is a lot worse. They're like 4s.
no. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I think that's wrong, but that's okay. Shazam's a good movie. Check that one out. I would watch Shazam again, and I would watch Wonder Woman again. Man of Steel is in the middle for me. I don't know. It doesn't really feel like Superman to me. I mean, the action is decent. It's the Zack Snyder gray tint Superman. I mean, I like what's his name? Who plays his dad? Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell
I
Crowe's
think he
good.
did a great job as his dad. The action's good. I don't see where you don't feel like it's Superman. I understand you don't like the tint, but it doesn't bother me.
I don't know. I feel like it's still kind of
He even has the
dreary.
growing up bits with, like, I think it's Kevin Costner, I want to say, was his other dad.
Yeah, Kevin Costner, who plays, whatever, Kent. I don't know. It's just,
Yeah, his other dad. Yeah.
yeah. I don't remember what his first name is. Something Kent, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I was ever really down with the Zack Snyder stuff anyway. So, I think it's a decent movie. But I think, about,
Yeah, I think it's like a 7.
I would say about half of these DC movies were like decent. And then it was like crap, decent movies, and then good movies. But there's no great movies or anything. Um, so
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, Man of Steel is fine. Um, I enjoyed it enough. He also kills somebody, like straight up kills someone, and that's not Superman. So anyway,
That's
uh,
not yours, man. I was fine with it.
that is not Superman. Anyway, Wonder Woman #1. We agree on that. Um, it's a good movie. It's funny. Good old fish out of water there. Good World War I movie there where she's going through the no man's land's pretty awesome. I mean, Wonder Woman's a good character in general. I think she was a good choice at the time. I still think she was a good choice. Until they ruined her. So I mean, I think it's a pretty good movie. It's not even the third act. It's just the battle at the end is kind of generic.
Yeah. I'd say that's like 5 to 10 minutes of the movie. So
Yeah, it's like the last 15 minutes, I think. But
yeah.
it doesn't negate that the rest of the movie is pretty good. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, I would say that's probably like an 8.
I'd say it's a 7, and Man of Steel's a 7 for me, and Shazam is also a 7.
Yeah, I think for me it's Wonder Woman's an 8, Shazam's an 8, and then Black Adam's like maybe a 7. Yeah,
Yeah, I would give
7.
it a 7. Well,
Yeah. Um, yeah.
7. Which are any of these worth a 6?
I thought Blue Beetle was like a 6, 6.5.
No,
Man of Steel was decent, 7.
I would give maybe the 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 newer just Suicide Squad maybe a 6, and literally everything else either a 5 or a 4. I would give Flash a 4,
I
and
think
easily Justice League 4, Batman v Superman 5 or a 4.
I think
It's not a 4.
Flash. I think Flash had good parts. The stuff with his
No,
parents and
it's fine.
stuff was
The
fine.
bad parts of it are just so bad that it's just not redeemable.
It's better.
Uh,
It's better than the crap.
I could give
I mean,
maybe the first Aquaman a 6. I don't know.
yeah,
Probably not.
it's fine. I didn't. Anyway, I think Aquaman, the first one, is fine. And it's way better than Aquaman 2. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which is the first movie we're going to talk about. I think this movie was not great. I
Me neither. I
mean,
it was very weird. You can definitely tell it was like edited after too.
Chopped to heck. I mean, choppity chopped.
Like, I hate these weird plot hole things. They're all over the place.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna get too nitty gritty, but they're everywhere. You just have to turn your brain off and act like you're an idiot to watch this movie.
Yeah.
For me, it's definitely average. I could easily go below average, but I'm giving it an average to give it the benefit of the doubt.
I'm at a 4. Because, well, first of all, I didn't love the first one. I thought the first one was fine. I mean, only thing that's good about these movies is the look. I like the underwater stuff is cool, but I've seen underwater stuff, Avatar and freaking Black Panther 2 did the underwater. I mean, I've seen it. A Little Mermaid, I saw underwater. I mean, it's fine. I mean, underwater's cool, but whatever. I mean, when they attack the Atlantis, I thought that was the only really good like action scene where they like shoot the bridge or whatever, and that was kind of cool. that
Shoot.
shot of them shooting the bridge where they're coming into Atlantis or whatever, and it's like, you know,
You talking about the first one, or are we talking about the second
this
one?
second one. I'm talking about the second one
Huh.
where they're coming to, get the unobtainium, the whatever
Oh,
power
yeah.
crap, and then they
Yeah.
shoot the bridge or whatever. I thought that was
Yeah.
cool enough,
I
and
didn't think any of the action in this movie was even slightly good.
I
And I
thought,
thought the CG was bad.
and first of all, it's the same movie pretty much. I mean,
It's even the same villain who I thought sucked in the first one.
the same two villains. I mean, Orm is kind of a
Yeah.
villain in the movie, and him with his brother. First of all, me and you are brothers. I mean, we make fun of each other or whatever, but he's like, I hate him and he sucks and he's the worst. And I hate Orm. Orm sucks buttholes. And it's like, okay, I get it. You don't like him. But it's not funny.
Yeah.
He came, for me, he came off as a douche in this movie. I was like, you're the worst. I mean, you just whine all the time, and then they try to have like serious moments with, Boba Fett or whatever, and I was like, I don't care.
That was so bad, the one part. God, are we going spoilers, or you want to keep talking generally here?
Yeah, let's go into spoilers. I don't think we're going to talk about the movie completely
Yeah,
super long
just
or anything.
specifically, there's the part where his kid gets taken,
Yeah.
and like the overacting.
Oh yeah.
just outrageously.
Yeah,
and
it's
when
so
just, like cuts, and
Yeah.
we're in what his head is like. He got attacked or whatever. And he's like, I'm not gonna kill you, blah blah. Or, I'll kill you slowly or whatever. And then he's like fine in the next scene.
I don't even remember what you're talking about, and I don't really care because I'm sure it was stupid. Whatever I remember the taking thing because they like it's like no, and she's like screaming, and he's like no,
Yeah, and it literally like fades
yeah,
on his face, going like
no, yeah, yeah, exactly,
yeah. So right before that scene, the bad guy shows up to take the baby,
right.
and he's just like, I gotta kill you slowly so he could see you die, because my whole thing is to make your life horrible because you killed my dad. So the perfect revenge would be to kill his dad, and then he doesn't even kill him.
Yeah, okay, that's what I understand. Yeah, okay, I got it now. Yeah. When I thought, oh, he's gonna die, maybe there's some real stakes. No, he doesn't die. He's fine.
No. And the next time they show him, he's just like dancing in the credits. That's like the next time they show him.
It's so annoying. And then like when they make sure you remember like, oh yeah, Nicole Kidman and him were a thing, but they have no chemistry.
Yeah.
Amber Heard's in it for 5 minutes. I mean, like probably total. And the only time she shows up is in the beginning where she's like, "You're such a wife," and then she saves him twice. And I know I was laughing again. Is another time I've laughed in a movie this year where I go, oh my God, people are going to hate this. And it's hilarious to me, which was her saving, because I know people do not like her. So, and she literally only shows up to save him 2 times.
To sum up this movie, there's a scene at the beginning where she moves the baby's piss into his face. That's pretty much how I felt during this movie.
That's awful.
And it even got worse. He like bends over to grab something or something, and then poo comes out and goes on his face.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
You don't remember that? Yeah. It was bad.
Closed my eyes or grab some popcorn or something. I don't know. I don't remember that at all.
That
That's horrible. Interesting. Okay. And most of the stuff wasn't even funny in this movie.
No.
I mean, I don't know.
Kings build bridges. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I don't like really Patrick Wilson as the character. I didn't like that. And then he's just in it a lot. Randall Park's in it a lot, doing his Randall Park thing. But he's like the scientist in this one. It's like fine. He's
He's
in the first one
literally like
too,
he's literally the same guy in the WandaVision thing in Ant-Man. Like he's the same guy.
pretty much. Uh, I mean, yeah. So, there was no like new people in it. They kill Willem Dafoe off screen for some reason. His character, they're just like, hey, oh, he's dead, so he can't help you or whatever. And it's like, okay,
I didn't even catch that. I thought he died in the last one, honestly.
no, he dies off screen. Like he didn't come back for this movie. So they just said like,
Oh.
you're, you're, you know, what is it
There's
called?
like parts where they're talking to the Senate or whatever, and they're like, the only time we'll reveal ourselves to the surface is if we dominate them and conquer them.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, that didn't happen.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it hilarious that the final thing for the DCU is going, I'm Aquaman. I was like, because like that's supposed to be like,
Yeah.
I'm Iron Man. I'm like,
Yeah, it was
that is
super cringe.
that is so stupid. Why would you say,
Yeah.
oh, remember that good movie? Well, this movie sucked. I'm Aquaman. So
Yeah.
let's remind him of good stuff. Let's remind him of MCU when you're closing this crap out. Yeah, I mean, some of this, like, there's fine stuff. I mean, some of the creatures were kind of interesting, or or ridiculous or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. He was just a douche to his brother the whole time, and then of course, he's gonna come around at the end. But I didn't care. And you
Yep.
can and the test screenings were bad for this movie, and that's why they reshot it crazily. That's why it feels like it's choppity to chopped. Um, apparently, the rumor is that the baby dies, and that's why they chopped it up and reshot. And because
Hilarious.
people hated that. So, and then it's just like, okay, they saved the day, the end. But it wasn't that exciting or anything. So yeah, good thing they didn't do that. But it doesn't mean the movie's good either. Yeah, and I'm sure Amber Heard was cut choppity chopped out of this movie as much as possible. She's like, you must be brothers or whatever. And there's that he might take the power for himself or whatever, and then he doesn't. And there was like the secret villain. I don't know, whatever.
And I don't even care, man. Like it was bad. Yeah.
The secret villain guy was played by one of the guys from Game of Thrones. What's his name?
He had like crud all over his face. Who cares?
No, but in the beginning or in that flashback, they show his face. It's that one guy who is a bad guy, Greyjoy, I think. Maybe.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
It's that one guy in Game of Thrones, who's like a butthead. And he lasts to the end, I think. The guy. I mean, he's in the last.
Greyjoy, it's the guy who snips some peen off. He has the dogs.
Yeah, that sounds right. He was a bad guy, pretty sure.
Yeah, he's a bad guy. Okay.
I can't remember what his name is in Game of Thrones.
This is even relevant.
It's gonna bother me. That's why it's relevant. I mean, that guy's a good actor, and you would, but you still generic, right? I mean,
yeah.
Anyone
could have played that part.
Euron Greyjoy, yeah, that guy. Anywho, I thought the movie was not great. I was giving it a 4.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, that's fair, dude.
like there's nothing even redeeming about it for me, really. I mean, I think I turned on Jason Momoa. He just seemed like a douche to me. So, eh. And then you can see that they're totally just not underwater or anything. They're just like their face, and then
Yeah.
they have like hair floating and stuff just to like
Yeah.
make it
No.
seem like they're
And
underwater.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Eh. All right. Well, that's that, I guess, unless you got anything else.
No, I'm totally fine with the next review.
All right. Now let's talk about the movie that I did like, which is The Color Purple.
Mm-hmm.
So what'd you think?
I mean, I think this, I don't, if there could be a movie that was farther not made for me, I don't think that could exist. Like, I think this is the farthest movie you possibly could have made for me. Now I understand people are going to like this movie, but I was so bored during this movie. I can recognize that the singers are really good.
Mm,
The music does nothing for me. I know Laura was like, that was so great, blah, blah, blah. The music was so great, but it felt like every song was exactly the same to me.
nothing.
And there's so many songs.
Nothing worked for you in this movie. I mean, none
It
of the
worked.
characterizations, the story, anything, nothing.
It's not, it's a story that I feel like has been told before. I mean, it's literally a remake.
Has. Yeah, I mean, remake of a.
Yeah, I know it's a remake of the musical, blah, 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 whatever. I don't even care, but I just don't think it was all that unique. And then it had cruel parts.
Yeah.
And then the ending, I guess I can talk about in spoilers, but I had a very small problem with the ending.
Okay.
And I don't know. For me, I just wasn't interested. And then when you put in a song like every 10 minutes, I just lose interest really, really fast.
Yeah. Well, it was a true musical. I mean, it is an adaptation of a Broadway musical.
Yeah. And for some people, that's going to be good for them. And I'm just saying, like, that's why I'm saying this movie's just not made for me, because I don't care about any of it, really.
Yeah. Well, that's too bad, because I really enjoyed this movie. Of the ones I saw over that weekend, Aquaman, Boys in the Boat, Migration, and this was my favorite one. I thought this movie was really good. I thought the acting was really good. I thought it looked really good. I like the music. I know the music already. There were some added songs. I was definitely going to like this movie, because this movie is kind of made for me, other than I'm white, but I can appreciate it, and I definitely appreciate talent when I see it. I mean, Fantasia did a fantastic job. And this is a lighter version of the original movie and the source material. It's much worse in the original movie. They've definitely changed things. Sad moments are prolonged in the original, and there's characters that go through things that they don't ever come back from in the original. Some of the people come back from things in this. Trying not to say directly what it is. We can talk about it. Spoilers, but it's lighter. So, I mean, it could have been a much more downer, I think, this movie. I think they chose to lighten it up when they did the musical, and with the music itself, lightens it up.
Yeah, I'd almost say there's not even any, like, I think maybe like one sad song. Most of it feels just like kind of like a hopeful song to me. So
Yeah, the I'm Here is the hopeful song. That's the big song. That's the one that was in the first trailer. It's the one she's singing by herself in the shop, if that helps you.
Yeah,
Fantasia.
there's like a few of those though, so
Yeah,
I have no idea.
but that's the big song, the one where she's talking about basically talking about what's happened in the movie, and then
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I liked it a lot. I thought everyone was good. Uh, what's her name? Danielle Brooks, who plays Sophia, did a really good job. Um, and she goes through a lot of stuff in the movie. Fantasia does a good job. Coleman Domingo as a bad guy. Her husband, he does a good job. I mean, the two girls who play the young versions, the girl who was in Little Mermaid, they did a good job. Taraji Henson, who's Shug Avery, does a good job. I didn't know she could sing. Apparently, she can sing. Um, I don't know. I like this movie a lot, actually. But yeah, it's a musical, and I think for you, if you like the music, then you're down for the musical. If you don't think the music's not that great, then you're not really down for it. Then you just have to sit through songs. so,
Yeah.
so I could see why you might have a problem with it. What's your number on this?
I mean, it's really hard for me to give this a rating. Like, for me, it's probably like a 5 or a 6 movie just because I'm uninterested. But I mean, the acting is really good. The singing is really good. I mean, I just don't like the genre of film, unfortunately. It's probably like an 8 or a 9 movie for like a musical. I think it's way too long. Like 2.5 hours for a musical is ridiculous, in my opinion.
That's how long musicals usually are. I mean,
It's just ridiculous for no reason.
unless they're created
Um,
just for a movie, they're never not. They're adaptations from a Broadway show. It's
I
usually
know,
two
but like
hours
if
long.
this was an action movie, I'd be no problem, with a 2.5 hour movie. That's
How long was Rebel
so,
Moon?
oh, way too long. I think
Okay.
also like 1.5 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I just want to be sure.
I don't, let me be clear. I'm not 2.5 hours that I will sit through a movie, but like it has to be good for me to sit there that long,
So
and I
you're
didn't.
at what? A 6? A 5? 5.5?
Yeah, I think I'd give it a 6 because I can recognize that it's far above an above average movie, just not for me.
Because if you would give Aquaman a 5 and this a 6.
For me, yes,
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
saying like for anyone else that's not me was probably like at an 8 or a 9 on this movie.
Okay. I'm at an 8.5 for this movie. It will be on my top 10 for the year. I can guarantee you that. I like this movie a lot. Like I said, all the characters are good. That song "I'm Here" is great. I liked that song beforehand, so I was predestined to like it. I heard before, I had never seen the original movie, but I heard it's sad. Dad and Grandma had seen it, and they told me, they told me things before, so I kind of knew some of the things that were going to happen. But they lightened it up, so I'm happy for that. Because it would, there's domestic abuse and other things in this that are tough to watch, and I'm glad they lightened it up on that. Yeah, we can get into spoilers here. So in the original movie, so Sophia she gets hit by police, and then she goes to jail, and then she's like kind of a shell of herself. Apparently in the original, she never comes back from that. She's like that forever. So in this one, they changed it where she kind of gets her light back and everything. I think she did a great job in the movie. And there's just other parts where it's sad. And in this one, the ending is nice ending. So that's good. I mean, I liked the movie. Um, yeah, they Taraji P Henson and Fantasia, they have a song and then they kiss at the end of it. I think that's new. Um, and
Yeah, I
then
had a question there. Did they sleep together? Was that
yeah,
the point of that?
yeah.
Okay.
So in this one, they gave her an imagination. So you had these great sequences of like when she's taking a bath and she's on the record, and then or that scene where they kiss or whatever, and they're in their outfits. She has an imagination, so she's getting away from the crappy things that are happening in her life with her imagination. So that's new, and that makes it lighter movie.
Hmm.
And that's they don't have that in the musical either. They added that for because you can do that in a movie, right? You can have like dream sequence type things. I liked that. I've always liked stuff like that in movies. That's what you can do in a movie. I thought that stuff was good. They added a new song for that girl, the Little Mermaid girl, Halle Bailey. That song, the sister sings. That was an added song from the musical. But I don't know. I liked this movie. I thought it was a good movie. Really enjoyed it. I thought everyone did a good job. Fantasia's never acted in a movie before. She did the Broadway show. She played that character when they did it, the musical version. But this is her first movie role, and I think she did a really good job. Obviously, remember her from American Idol when she won 20 years ago. I watched an interview. Mm-hmm. Jennifer Hudson has her daytime talk show, and Jennifer Hudson had the whole cast on, and she talked to Fantasia because like they were on American Idol 20 years ago. It's pretty good. And Jennifer Hudson also was in the musical adaptation when they did a revival a few years ago. But I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know. It's a good movie, I think. I saw it, nice big screen, good sound. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Anything else about that one?
No, just the ending kind of like just wrapped up a little too nicely for me.
Yeah.
It was like time to wrap up all the side plots and main plot in like the last 10 minutes of the movie. And
yeah, I think it's just giving, the, forgiveness and,
yeah. And I'm not big on that. Essentially the villain of this movie just being like a good guy for the last 5 seconds sort of thing.
I don't know yeah, I can see what you're saying. Yeah. You think it was a little convenient and just kind of,
there's that. And then the, sugar lady, whatever her name was.
Sugar Avery. Yeah.
It was just like, okay, time to make up with my dad. It's the end of the movie. It's time to do it now. I feel like they could have made up like 30, 45 minutes ago.
I think they're kind of showing they're all in different places. I mean, she's not like an alcoholic anymore. She, they're kind of stronger now than they were before, and, kind of changed their tune. She's not just going out and doing stuff anymore. She's,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And time does change people. So, I mean, they go through like 20 years in this movie.
Yeah, I know. I just, like I said, I feel like it just all wrapped. It was time to end the movie, so everything got wrapped up in the last 10 minutes, and I don't know. Yeah. It was mostly the villain was what bothered me.
Yeah, I could see where
just had it burned down and had it end there. His story could have ended there. That would have been fine with me.
Yeah, Well, that's when they kind of, make it spiritual and attuned to that. Um, that is, forgiveness is something, definitely a moral thing, right? I don't know. It was a little bothersome, but I mean, it's not like that crazy or anything. There wasn't a lot of like
Yeah,
super,
I
you
said it
know,
was little. I don't think this is like crazy or anything,
yeah,
but what I like my villains bad and they get their comeuppance. That's it.
yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. Um, so, would you say, see it or stream it, skip it? What's your thoughts?
Oh yeah, you should probably go see it if you like musicals or you like the time period or you enjoy any of these singers or actresses. They all did a good job. So.
Yeah, I would definitely go see it in a nice big screen with good sound. Um, I would not say that for Aquaman. I forgot to say that when we did it. Aquaman, I
Oh
say
yeah,
skip it,
no,
skip it altogether.
yeah.
Um, let it go and die. It's not gonna. Yeah, no. Um, so yeah, there's two movies there. And lots of other movies that we saw. I mean, that I saw, and you saw. Rebel Moon, you skipped that too. I did, unless you would say you'd just recommend that, but
I usually watch the Netflix anime show. Even you
well,
could watch it. It was good. It was that good.
I don't have Netflix anymore. But I
Oh,
don't know. Maybe someone gives me a password or something, maybe. But you can't do that
yeah.
anymore anyway. Well, whatever. Okay. Yeah, I think that about wraps us up for this one.
All right. All right. We'll see you guys on the next one. Till then.
This has been the Daniel and Andrew Show.